Hi students, welcome back to Google Classroom, Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you children? Hope you all are fine over there.
Today we will study a new chapter, that is chapter 7, Formation of a Company. Formation of a company is a complex activity involving completion of legal formalities and procedures. In India, these legal provisions have been provided in the Companies Act 2013. So, the formation of a company involves three distinct stages. What are they? They are promotion, incorporation, and subscription of capital. However, it may be noted that these stages are appropriate from the point of view of formation of any kind of company. Private company as against public limited company is prohibited to raise funds from the public. That means private company cannot invite the general public for subscribing to its shares. Therefore, a part of the capital subscription stage is not relevant to it. Let's discuss each of these stages in detail. The first one is promotion. Promotion is the first stage in the formation of a company. Promotion of a company refers to all those steps which are taken from the time of having an idea of starting a company to the time of actual starting of the company business. So, promotion mainly involves the discovery of business idea, its investigation and assembling necessary resources to set up the business. Then, who is a promoter? People who think of forming a company and take necessary steps in its formation are known as promoters or company promoters. The person who conceives such an idea is called company promoter. In simple terms, we can say the person who performs all the activities during the promotion stage is known as promoter. The promoter can be an individual, a group of persons, or an institution. Now, let's discuss the main functions of a promoter. The first one is identification of business opportunity. The first and foremost activity of a promoter is to identify a business opportunity. Then the opportunity may be in respect of producing a new product or service or making some product available through different channels. That means this stage begins with the discovery of an idea to set up a business. An idea may be to set up a new business or to expand the existing business. Then the promoter identifies the profitability of the idea by analyzing the opportunities available, resources required, amount of capital required, and the degree of risk involved. And the next function of promoter is feasibility studies. Here, it may not be feasible or profitable to convert all identified business opportunities into real projects. That means the promoter does detailed investigation to give practical shape to the business idea. So, the promoter, with the help of experts such as chartered accountants, engineers, etc., to do the detailed investigation regarding cost, profitability, production process, demand of the product, etc. Then, the experts make an objective analysis of all the details collected by the promoter, which help the promoter to take a decision regarding the size of the business, location of the plant, amount of capital required, etc. Then the feasibility studies mainly includes technical feasibility, financial feasibility, and economic feasibility. Then, what is technical feasibility? The project is considered technically unfeasible unless the technology or other required inputs can be imported or are available in our country. And the next one is financial feasibility. You know that every business activity requires funds. So the promoters have to estimate the fund requirements for the identified business opportunity. If the required capital or funds for the business idea are so large that it cannot be easily be arranged within the available means, so the project has to be given up. That means the project idea is said to be financially unfeasible. And the last one is economic feasibility. Sometimes the project is technically viable and financially feasible, but the chance of it being profitable is very little. In such a situation, the project idea will be rejected. It is because the businessmen prefer to carry on with the ideas which are profitable. And the next function of promoter is name approval. Here, the promoters have to select a name for the business and submit an application to the Registrar of Companies of the state in which the registered office of the company is to be situated for its approval. Some points should be considered before you give a name for the business. The first one is two companies cannot have identical names. And the next one is it is necessary for every company to get its name approved from the registrar so that it does not match with any other company's name. Therefore, 3 names in order of their priority are given in the application to the Registrar of Companies. Then the registrar matches the name with the names of other companies, and if it is not identical, then the registrar approves the name. And the next function is fixing up signatories to Memorandum of Association. Children, do you know what is Memorandum of Association? Memorandum of Association is the prime document on the basis of which a company is incorporated. In the next class, we will discuss in detail about Memorandum of Association. Here, in this function, the promoters have to decide about the people who will be signing the memorandum. The people who sign the memorandum are the first members of the company. In the case of public limited company, minimum 7 signatories are required. But in the case of private company, 2 signatories are required. Usually, the signatories of memorandum become the first directors of the company. And promoters also take their written consent to act as directors and ask them to buy qualification shares in the company. And the next function is appointment of professionals. The promoter appoints certain professionals such as mercantile bankers, auditors, etc. to assist them in the preparation of necessary documents which are required to be with the Registrar of Companies. For example, the promoter appoints brokers and underwriters to ensure the availability of capital by sale of a company's security. And bankers are appointed to have smooth financial dealings. And the next function of promoter is preparation of necessary documents. Here, the promoter takes steps to prepare some legal documents which are required during incorporation of the company. The common documents are Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, Prospectus, etc. In the next class, we will discuss in detail about the various documents required for the formation of a company. Thus, the promoters perform all these functions to bring a company into existence.
So students, I hope all of you understood the concept clearly. And please note that the notes of the lesson and test paper are also attached along with the class. Make use of these available materials. Study well and attend the test paper without fail. That's all for today. Thank you.